guys, today we are going to be doing a real juicy Q&A. As you can see from the title, I wanted this to be a really unfiltered, raw, deep Q&A. I wanted you guys to really get to know me better in this video. I wanted to answer some questions that I've never answered on my channel before, and you guys more than delivered with the questions. And I never do this on my channel. I'm a bad YouTuber, but I'm gonna do it today. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe, and if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Okay, let's just get into it. The first question is, what is the drama like living in LA? And I'm sure LA is a place that brews lots of drama, but over here in this neck of the woods, there is no drama because I am somebody that does not thrive with even a speck of drama in their life. But also me and Marcus are really lucky, and our whole friend group is very drama free. We're adults over here. But I guess if you're talking about like YouTube drama and social media drama, I am aware of the drama that happens on YouTube and social media, and it honestly scares the freaking heck out of me because people got their receipts. People got their tea that they are wanting to spill, and I just find that terrifying. Also, drama channels are the craziest thing to me because I just think, how sad is your life that every day you have to pick apart someone's mistakes in someone's lives? Oh, I just think that would be like the saddest job ever. And if you do partake and watch those types of channels and that type of content, just think to yourself what it's doing to your soul. It's just probably like making your soul just like, please don't feed this to me anymore. So yeah, I don't love that whole side of YouTube and Instagram, and like, I'm not about the drama. Keep the drama so far from me. Just let me live my life with my plants, my dogs, and my husband, and my close friends. That's how I feel about the drama in LA. Was it scary the first time after waiting till marriage? And I'm guessing you're talking about the first time having sex. And yes, I was so scared before having sex for the first time. I just remember I was just like, I'm not gonna know what to do. And I know that might sound stupid to a lot of people, but I was really nervous, and I think a lot of people that save themselves till marriage feel the same, because it's just like all these expectations are built up and you just don't really know what you're doing. And I think the best thing for Marcus and I was we had premarital counseling. That helped a lot to just make sure there was clear expectations. Also, I talked to people like my sister and people that I trusted that have gone through the same thing. Also, I just have to say, I feel like so much pressure is put on sex, and it's almost like people think that sex is like 50% of your marriage. And it's just funny because once you do get married, it's like sex is just more like the cherry on top. It's not like everything that your relationship and love is built on. It's kind of just a byproduct of that. So I feel like just like the media and like just this whole like sex culture that we have that's just like always over sexualizing everything has really distorted people's minds. Pornography, all of these things have made sex out to be something that it's really not. It's actually a beautiful thing that God has created, and it brings you so much closer together, but I feel like people put way too much pressure on it. So yeah, that's how I feel. And if you are in that situation where you're saving yourself for marriage, take it from me, it might not be the most perfect thing on the first night, but it's a beautiful thing regardless, and do not be worried about it. You have so many years to figure it out, and yeah, it's just not something that you should feel like anxious about at all. Wow, see, I told you guys this Q&A, we're getting really real. Okay, let's keep going on. Someone said, what do people say about your voice and your accent? Well, no one says anything. I don't really think I have an accent, but oh my gosh, my voice is probably the #1 hate comment that I get, especially when I first started my channel, because I was like always so nervous to do videos. So I feel like my voice gets really like high pitched when I'm either nervous or if I'm excited. So I probably used to get over 100 comments every day on like my videos, my Instagram pictures, like, why do you talk like a baby? Let me think of what I get. Why do you talk like a baby? Why does her voice sound like that? It's usually coming from someone that's like never been to my channel before. Oh my gosh, I got a question one time that said, her voice makes me want to kill myself. And I was like, wow, you're really set off easily by the smallest of things, because that's pretty crazy. It actually did used to hurt my feelings so much when people would criticize my voice, because your voice is kind of something that you can't really control. I mean, any type of hateful comment just kind of is like, it's like someone poking you. It's like, okay, that's annoying, please stop. But it doesn't like, oh, make me cry anymore. But yeah, I used to get that so much, and now I've just kind of learned it doesn't really matter. Someone said, what do you use as birth control? This question, I don't know if this is controversial. Should I even answer this question? I said I was gonna be really raw and unfiltered, so I'm just gonna answer it because people get annoyed at, like, I can't please everybody, and I'm not saying, okay, let me just answer this stinking question. So I use birth control pill packs, and I have been on them since I first got married. And I also tried birth control when I was in college, but I tried one that made me gain like 15 pounds. It made me crazy. And so yeah, it was definitely a trial and error finding one that worked with my body. And I have mixed opinions about birth control, because sometimes I just feel like it can't be the best thing for you. And I have been really contemplating, you know, doing it the natural way, tracking your cycle, tracking your ovulation period, all that type of thing. But I'm just so nervous because I don't think we're ready to have kids yet. So I'm worried that I'm not responsible enough to like track it like family planning. I'm not saying I recommend it. I am still on the fence about how I feel about it. But yeah, the question was, what do I use? So I'm just answering the question. When do you guys want to start trying for kids? We don't really have a timeline for when exactly we want to start trying to have kids. We've always said when I'm 26. That feels like a good age, which I'm 24 now, so that's 2 years from now. But who knows? It might be earlier, might be later. When it feels right, I feel like we'll start trying, and it'll be like a whole new chapter of life. That will be such a happy chapter of life, but I feel like right now we're really enjoying this chapter of life. Someone asked, what is your most embarrassing moment in public? I answered this question before in another Q&A about my story where my dress got caught in my backpack when I was in college, and I walked around the whole campus with my whole butt showing. That was like my #1 most embarrassing thing that's ever happened to me. But something embarrassing that happened to me recently, I'll tell you guys. Okay, you know those workouts like where you use a slam ball? They're like those really squishy balls, and you throw them down as hard as you can, and you keep on doing that. It's like called a slam ball. Well, I was out of town and I was working out in a gym at my hotel, and I was like, I really want to do that workout. So there was medicine balls, and I was like, I'm sure this would work the exact same. Why am I such a dum-dum? I threw the medicine ball, I think it was like a 15-pound medicine ball, as hard as I could on the ground. It, of course, bounced up and hit me in the face so hard. I am so lucky I still have my teeth in my mouth, because it hit my face. Well, it hit my chin, because I was like, I guess I was like that, and it hit me in the chin like that. And I literally saw black and blue dots, and I was like, I am so stupid. I am so stupid. If you never met Marcus, where do you think life would have taken you? And me and Marcus were actually just talking about this last night. I was telling him, I was like, if I hadn't have met you, I would probably still be living in Florida. I would definitely not have any type of social media at all, like no social media presence, no followers. I probably wouldn't have started Kristen Made. Well, definitely not have started Kristen Made, because my dreams have changed so much since meeting Marcus that my life would have just gone a whole different direction, which is crazy. So I don't necessarily know what I would be doing as a job, maybe like working at like a PR firm, because that's what I went to college for. He was really the one that made me step out of my comfort zone, make a YouTube channel, and that's where all of this began. This is a hard question. What do you think is your worst quality? The quality about myself that I dislike the most is that I mess up my priorities a lot. Like, I feel like I put too much pressure on myself work-wise and like business-wise, and then I don't really let myself have fun or really enjoy what I'm doing. And I feel like I sometimes don't take a step back and just like soak it all in, reflect. I have a really hard time processing emotion. I feel like some people are so good at like journaling and processing their emotions and really like knowing how they're feeling. And I'm someone that like, sometimes I'm like, I literally don't know how I'm doing because I haven't like taken 1 second to ask my heart and soul, like, how are you doing? What is the last argument you and Marcus had? And don't say you don't argue. I have never said that we don't argue, because that would be a straight up lie, because we definitely do argue. I'm trying to think, what is the last thing we argued about? We truly haven't argued in a while, so I cannot remember right now. Let me really think. I literally cannot remember. Well, I guess that's good for me and Marcus, but bad for the video because I truly can't remember. I would say a lot of our arguments stem from kind of what I was talking about before, me being really focused on, you know, tasks and like getting work done, and then I get really overwhelmed because I take on too much stuff, and then I take it out on Marcus, and that's usually where an argument will stem from. But yeah, we've been doing great lately, and I really cannot remember the last thing we argued about. So sorry, that was a bad answer. I feel like this is a good way to end this Q&A because I do get asked different variations of this a lot. Someone said, how much money do you make, and was it difficult to build a business with it? Love you. I obviously am not going to say how much money I make. I feel like that's way too private of information, but people a lot of the times will say, what's your job? How do you make money? Why do you do brand deals? Why do you do sponsored posts? Why do you do so many sponsored posts? Things of that nature. I don't make my money through YouTube, like YouTube itself. Basically how YouTube ads work is you get paid $1 for every 1,000 views. So if you get 1,000,000 views, you make $1,000. Well, I don't get 1,000,000 views on my videos. I usually get around 100,000 to whatever. So I don't make my living on YouTube ads at all. We make our money through working with brands that we love and collaborating with them and making content for them and talking about their products. So for example, what was my last sponsored video I did? I think it was my last video and I was talking about Clinique. So how it works is Clinique will reach out to me, say, would you want to collaborate with us on this product? They send me the product, I test it out, see if I like it, if I haven't ever tried the product before. Sometimes with like First Aid Beauty, I've tried all their products for like so many years, so I already know I love them. Anyways, so they'll send me the product, they have a budget for the campaign, they will pay me after I produce the content, send it to them for approval. It's a whole long process. It's actually so much work doing sponsored videos, sponsored content on Instagram. I feel like people don't really see that side, so they don't know how much work and energy goes into it and how hard I work to make it organic and make sure it's something that you guys would be interested in as well. And that's how Marcus and I make our living. So if you're ever confused why I do sponsored posts, it's so that I can continue to do this as a living. If I didn't work with brands and do sponsored videos sometimes, literally would not be able to do this full time at all. So I hope that makes sense, and I hope that clears it up. And I would never ever work with a brand that I don't love and I don't think that you guys would love. I probably turn down 5 brand deals a week with really great paying money, but it's just things that I don't think would be organic to my channel or things that I don't think you guys would be interested in. So just know when I do post a sponsored video, a lot of thought, a lot of work, a lot of time and energy has gone into it, but it's such a cool job because I love working with brands that I love. Like, that's the coolest thing ever. So I hope that makes sense, and you guys are always so nice about it when I do sponsored videos and post a sponsored Instagram post. But I do sometimes get a few, sorry, I have a drippy nose. But sometimes I do get comments like, oh, another sponsored video. And then I just think, I wish they knew that I wouldn't be able to do this if I didn't do a sponsored video every once in a while. So when you guys see somebody doing an ad or a sponsored post, give it some love because it's a lot of work and it's actually not the easiest thing to do. So yeah, that's all I gotta say about that. Okay guys, I hope that you liked this juicy Q&A. I'm 100% sure it was juicy enough because I answered some really juicy ones. I hope you guys liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. I love you guys so much and I will see you very soon. Bye!